All right. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another one of my analysis. This is just an unscheduled analysis. Just wanted to look over again the markets and just look at it from another point of view rather than from what I saw on Sunday to now. And I got some different outlooks on some of these trades. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. I'm gonna make my screen full screen real quick. Okay. So, first things first, DXY. Oh, sorry, that's one of my other apps. But first things first, DXY. For me personally, this looks like it's going down. This looks like that this is about to make another level. Because first of all, when you look at it, there's nothing here that's telling us that this is bearish. Because take a look right here. There it is. You have your high right here. You have your high. Then you have your low. You have your lower high. Then you have your lower low. Then you have another lower high up here. Price for this to really be considered that okay, that yes, then now is gonna probably go up to that previous lower high, which would still be considered that this is still in the downtrend. It would have to break this zone up here, right? It'd have to break right here. And I'm going to go ahead and draw a line there just so that we can see towards the left what it looks like. So boom, we have this hit right here where price at first, when it first came down here during COVID and all that stuff, when the beginning of COVID started happening, that's where price came and rejected off of and boomed to the upside. It has struggled to break there the first time. So a second time for it to get up there wouldn't be bad for me personally, but as of right now, from what I'm seeing with current price action, especially with this wick right here, the US dollar is about to tank. That's what it looks like to me personally. And even I don't care, yeah, there's elections and all that stuff, yada yada. I don't personally care because it rejecting off of here so nicely and so clean without it even coming up any higher over here and leaving this wick on the daily, because this candle's about to close in 3 hours and 30 minutes. And the market's about to close in 2 hours and like in 1 hour and 30 minutes. Um the S&P, the Dow Jones and all that stuff, they're about to close in about an hour and 30 minutes. So if this candle closes like this, then I'm going to be for sure like, no, this isn't this. It doesn't look bullish to me right now, right? And even Payton, he has said the same thing. So that's what I'm mostly looking at for the DXY. If we go to arbitrage real quick, if you go look at arbitrage, even on the daily time frame, it's putting out a candle that's saying that this is going to go bearish. Now, I don't like the way how this daily candle looks, but it's still calling that it's bearish. And I promise you, if we go to the weekly, it's calling that it's been bearish as well. It's bearish. There's no signs that it's going to go bullish. 4 hour time frame, it's showing that it's bearish as well. So like I'm even thinking tomorrow, like once the spreads get better, that I'm thinking of getting into a EU sell. I mean a EU buy, because you know that this is calling for a sell, EU is calling for a buy, and I had already scalped a little bit of it this morning. Sorry, I'm looking at my other computer. I was scalping it a little bit, and I got like $30 or $40 out of it. Quick scalp, nothing too crazy. But yeah, and then even the 1 hour is not calling for a buy. So nothing's really calling for a buy. I mean, we could get a retracement. The 15-minute does look good for a possible retracement to the upside. That's why I'm not really trying to trade EU or any of those other pairs right now. But still, as I said, I'm not really looking for the DXY to go bullish. I'm looking for it like long term wise, it looks like it can go bearish. And especially with all the fundamentals and all that stuff that's going on, that's a very huge likelihood. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on over to Euro USD. Like I said, I already have these things charted up. I'll just do some minor charting and stuff like that. Only way I'm selling Euro USD is if I get the breakout and retest, then to the downside, I'll sell it from right here. That's the only way I can sell this. Because look, price previously came to this level where it failed to break, it went bullish, came back, and this wick that it's leaving on the daily time frame, it's not telling me that this wants to go bearish, right? Let me bring this back out. I do see, yes, I do see that it came up to the 61.8 and then immediately dropped after and came back down to this zone. When using fibs, if that zone that it rejected off of right here, if price didn't break through and continue to the downside, then in my head I'm just like, okay, this is most likely not even gonna drop. And even if it does end up dropping, again, like I said, the only way how I personally could sell this is if price breaks through, retests this broken structure, and then continue to the downside. That's the only way how I personally could sell it. Now, that's not saying that you guys can't sell it, but I just don't like the fact of trying to sell at a support right here, especially with this daily wick looking like that, right? And same thing with as the US dollar. We can't look at this and say that it's bearish because it hasn't broken through the structure. It hasn't even came to retest the 61.8 level down here. But there are times when price doesn't do that. So again, only way how I can get into that trade into this sell is if price breaks through, retest, and drops to the downside. Okay. So let's go ahead and go over to arbitrage, and I'll play this backwards. Well, not play, but I'll do this backwards. 15-minute time frame. We can see that it looks like it's about to call for a sell. That's the reason why I got in. Now, I actually, like I said, this like quick 15-minute rejection off of this RSI line, I got into that. Got out like 45 minutes ago of the sell. Of the buy. I'm like, okay, I got some money. That's cool. 1 hour time frame. We got the break, retest. I don't like how this looks for the buy right here, but price, like I said, it can continue going. That's what it looks like to me. It's going to continue going. The 4 hour time frame, that's what I'm trying to play right now. It's already called for the buy. So we got the bullish push up, retest of the RSI line. That's when the sell was actually called. And then boom, I want the continuation to the upside. This looks good, but like I said, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to enter at when the market opens back up. I could enter right now. I don't really care for spreads because spreads is like $1 or whatever, $2. I'm okay with giving that to the broker. But you do also have to know that on today's Wednesday, so the swap fees and all that stuff, it's increased. So just be aware of that. And the daily time frame as well, it's not saying necessarily that it wants to buy, but it's getting there. So that's why if the 4 hour plays out, then it's most definitely going to call a buy on the daily. So like I said, that's why I'm going to be playing for Euro USD. Let's go on ahead and go over to GBP USD. And GU, I don't know why or how I didn't notice this. And same thing with GU, I'm going to be looking to be buying this once the market comes back up. But I don't know how I didn't notice this right here. So from this buy from here to up here, I don't know how I didn't notice that price came to the 78.6, which was at the previous daily structure right here. If you look at this zone right here, and then you also go to the past, you see how it was a zone, it rejected right there, and so on and so forth. I'm pretty sure that if I put it right here, yep, you can see that this zone right here was respected. So this is previous daily structure from this move right here. So price had gone up, went down, then pushed to the upside, and came and retested it. I don't know how I personally didn't see that. It's probably because I was looking for sells. And when you have your eyes on one opinion, you usually only want to look at that opinion rather than looking at it both ways. But that's why I'm like, let me reevaluate these and see what I can do. So for this, for GU, for if I was just using naked charts, the only way how I would be able to buy it is if price broke through, retested this, and then go to the upside. But obviously, I have my arbitrage, I have my edge, so that's why it's always important to have your own edge to get me into this trade, even though I had missed it from down here, which if I would have gone into a swing from right here, although I'd have been in it for like 2 or 3 weeks right now, I would be up currently about 269 pips. So that's about that with this GU move. And hold on, before I even continue talking, I do see this as well right here. It's like, well, you see this move. Price came a wick down there. Break, retest. It retested the 78.6 and left a wick there. And then, yeah, it could come definitely down, but it's already hit my first TP1, which is 23.6 off of a move like this. So for it to do that and for me to like keep on wanting to sell it as well, it's kind of like, it already hit my TP. I don't want to get into that. So for those who are still in the sell, I would take my profits because I'm looking for buys right now. Like this was your first take profit right here. Unfortunately, I didn't tell it to many people to take their profits because I wasn't even in the trade to begin with. I had missed this trade. But from the 78.6 to down here, that's like a whole 177 pips. So like I'll just say like 150 pips. If you took it from the 71%, it would be like around 150 pips, like I said. So that is what I see with GU, right? Arbitrage. Again, this is what I'm seeing. I see the bullish move to the upside. I would love another retest to down here. And if the spreads, if they could widen enough to come and hit this alert, and then even possibly leave like price down here, that would even be a better position than what I want right here. But nonetheless, I am still bullish on GPUSD. Daily time frame, it is still calling for that buy, and it broke through. It called the buy right here, broke through the RSI line, came in retest, and is still holding above this RSI line. It almost gave that fake out, but it never called for the sell. So again, I personally can't say that I want to sell, or I want to I can't personally say I want to sell GU right now, unless only way that I probably want to sell it, realistically speaking, for me, is if it breaks this trend line, which is still at this buy box on the daily time frame. It has to break through this daily structure for me to say that it's bearish. So until that happens, I'm just gonna keep pushing with it, you know. So that's for GU. AUD USD, I'm not gonna talk much about it. I'm still in the swing buy. Currently up from down here. Currently up 162 pips. Price went a total of about 210 pips, so that's really good to see. So that's with AU. GA, now, GA, all I see right now, let me go to the 4-hour time frame. All I see right now, without any fibs or anything, I'll go to the other thing for fibs and stuff like that. All I see right now is a break and retest of this channel that it was in. It had fallen, then it made this upwards channel that it came from this low, came to the high, almost came to the low, but didn't. Then it came to the low right here, and then it came almost to the high, very close to the high, but it couldn't break through the structure right here. Then ended up breaking through the middle line of the channel, retesting it, and then dropping. So it dropped, retested the broken channel, and then continued to drop again. So GA right now, I still think that it's going to keep falling. I don't think that it's going to buy, and that helps with the confluence of AUD USD going bullish. But let's also look at this as well with GA, because I had two different perspectives on it. But it's the same outcome. We have the fibs here. We have a fib from down here to up here. Prices at the literally my buy box. If I would have bought down here, then I would be in profit right now. But right now, what I'm probably thinking is going to happen, because you see that price created this M. It came up, went down, came back up again. It didn't necessarily come all the way back up here, but it doesn't need to. Then dropped, which is a M pattern, and you can even see the smaller version of the M pattern right here. Let me get rid of this real quick. Hide those, and I'm going to show you exactly why I want it to play out like this. So you see this smaller M pattern right here? You got the push to the upside, down, another push to the upside, then price dropped. Look, what did it do right after it dropped? It came and retested that same M pattern at this structure that it broke and then dropped some more. So that's what I want to see happen again, because that's a perfect way how to trade with an M pattern. That this is something that I teach my students that, oh, this is my personal favorite thing, or this is my personal favorite setups. It's more of a market maker method thing, but those are what I like to see a lot of the times when it comes to M's. So get rid of that and then come back and put my arrows up. Same thing, guys. I want to see this M. It's been definitely fulfilled. I want to see a retest of up here from this buy box and then the drop down. You know what I'm saying? Drop down to this extension right here. That's what I personally want to see, because I don't think that GA is gonna go bullish. We might not even get this retest. It might just end up keep dropping from right here. And if that happens, it is what it is. Like, if you want, you can go ahead and get into this risky buy. I'm not into it. I'm probably not gonna get into it. If I see an opportunity to get in, then maybe, but I'm not into it personally speaking. 1 second, let me actually look at my phone real quick. All right, let's continue. So yeah, so if you would want, I suppose you can try to get into this trade, but it's just the risk to reward is there. The risk to reward is definitely there. That it's a 1 to 5, which, like I said, I always say this, a lot of traders, they kill for 1 to 1. So 1 to 5s, that's something good for other traders. For me personally, I hate it. I hate anything that's anything less than a 1 to 2. Even 1 to 2s, I kind of like, I'm only making double of what I'm risking. But if you would want a more softer risk, then go ahead and play this move out right here. So that makes your risk reward a 1 to 2.6, which is closer to a 1 to 3 than a 1 to 2. So that's not bad risk right there. Or if you would rather wait and see if price can come back down to the 78.6, then your risk reward increases to a 1 to 3.88. That's what I'm trying to look at if I'm playing this move, because this is a risky move in my opinion. But if the price can come back down to the 78.6, this is what I'm going to be playing. So it's going to be 60 pips I'm risking for 232 pips, and then we get the drop off. So if I can get that, that would be lovely. So that is for GA. All right, so EA, kind of, not even kind of, I feel the exact same way about it. It's just that GA, to me, it looks better. But same thing. It's at this buy box, guys, from this bullish move. Um, Not necessarily really feeling it. Again, I'd rather probably just have price to come back up here where it already has reached at this wick. Look, it already did the move. It came here once, popped up, retested this broken structure, and go down. This is going to keep going down, I think. In my personal opinion, is going to go down because what's most likely going to happen with GPAUD is that London session is going to push that volatility for it to go to the upside, and that will probably help EA go up a little bit more. But like I said, I'm liking the way how GA looks better than EA right now. And I forgot to even look at GA with arbitrage. That's my fault. So let's go ahead and look at that real quick. Daily time frame hasn't called for the sell quite yet. And ooh, I called this on, I think I called that sell on Peyton's live yesterday. That was hard. That was hard as hell. All right, so yeah, I called that yesterday for sure. This was hella clean, zero drawdown, literally. I didn't get into it, but I hope other people did. That's why we always say get onto these Zoom calls. 1 hour time frames calling for the sell. Everything's calling for the sell. There's nothing that's calling for a buy on this for GA. Switch over to EA. I'm more than certain the 15-minute is starting to set up for a buy if it hasn't already called it for EA. Yeah, it's setting up for the buy right now. 4 hour looks terrible. It's already done, but it can still keep dropping. It'll probably just go up a little bit more, like I said. And daily time frame, look at this. It called this sell yesterday. Price pushed up, rejected off of the RSI line, continuation to the downside. And one more thing, look at the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame called for this sell on the 1st of June, retested it finally on 2 weeks ago. Bearish push to the downside. Beautiful. That's how I play arbitrage, literally. So that's a beautiful play right there. So this should continue dropping. So that's my personal opinion on what I have with EA. Let's go on to EG because I'm kind of torn with EG. I might leave it alone. Okay, cool. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, never mind. EG, like I had mentioned in the chat, if you guys have been paying attention for the past like month, I've been saying that, okay, I want price to come, well, not from all the way up here, but I wanted price to come down. Like, look, we had first price came to the 61.8 area right around here, went bullish for like a 200 pip move, came back down to the 61.8 area again, and then pushed up again for like a 100 or something pip move, and then it ended up starting to drop. It came to the 78.6 yesterday, popped right back up to the 61.8, but I'm not feeling it because if we go on the weekly time frame, you'll see why. Weekly time frame. How many hits do we have at this level that we're currently at? First of all, we just left one, and then this looks like a head and shoulders more than anything on EG. So that's number one, which is giving me really good hope for a GU sell. You guys already saw the fib and the buy, and I've been talking about it for how long, so I'm not going to go back to it. But you can see kind of the head and shoulders for me. That was terrible. Hold on. You know what? Not even going to use the head and shoulders tool. I'll just use 1, 2, 3. If you want, you can be technical. Boom. Boom. Head and shoulders pattern. That's all I'm looking at I can see on the weekly and on the daily time frame for this to continue dropping to the downside, because it's not necessarily in a buy. Even if you're looking at it from here, look where it measured up to. Let's look at this big move then. If you want to play it that way, sure, by all means. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm not really looking for buys on this move. I really can't look at buys for this move. I hate that how this looks, because this doesn't even look that accurate, but at the same time, I can't deny it either, because look where price literally came back to the same zone and then dropped right after. Bearish engulfing move on the weekly for sure, and it bounced off of that 78.6. But for me, like I said, I'm not really too comfortable with it because of where price is at on the weekly time frame. It has this zone that it previously was just rejecting up and down off of. You have right here where it did the same thing with this wick. You have here and here. And this is where price is currently at. Like, it's just at the bottom of the zone, not the top. You have these interactions right here. Like, it's just, I can't personally say that I want to buy it, especially when EG is this high. I'd rather have it drop, which if it drops, that would help the GBP USD move to the upside. And it would be a little bit hard for Euro USD to the upside, but it's more of the US dollar that I want it powering anyways. So this is more for GBP pairs for me right now. So that's what I have for EG. Let's go ahead and go over to arbitrage real quick and see what I have here. All right. So EG definitely had this push down from right here, currently at the RSI line. So it could, like I said, on the daily time frame, it's still valid for that. It's still valid for that bullish push to the upside, especially with the weekly showing this rejection right here. It's still valid. But then if you go look at everything else, hell yeah, that's just dropping. That's what I'm talking about. If you look at EG right here, you can see that break. It's broken through the structure right here and it's retesting. It did come to this lower danger zone, which is what I like to see for a bullish like a quick bullish move, which you could have done yesterday. because I had called that sell, and then I said, okay, this is where price is most likely going to turn around. 4 hour time frame, it hasn't called for the buy just yet, but it probably will shortly. 1 hour and 15 minutes already called for the buys. But again, guys, I'm personally not comfortable buying it right now because all I'm seeing right now is could possibly go up a little higher, maybe up to 0.90500, and then end up dropping or something like that, something along those lines. So personally speaking, EG, go on to 4 hour real quick. And this is the other thing. I'm going to see what a channel will look like right here. From up here to down here. So you see how right here it lined up perfectly. So, and this is exactly how I had the chart mapped out yesterday too. And I was saying that, okay, if it breaks through this channel up here, then I want the break, retest, and then move to the upside. But all I'm expecting, the highest for this to go to before a drop happens, is for price to come up here. So if price can come back up here, then I'll look for a sell. I don't want to necessarily sell it right here, although I do think if it does sell, this would probably be like this would probably be the setup that I have. If it does end up selling, like right here, then right over here would be my stop loss. Then my take profit, I just take it back down over here real quick, maybe even lower than that. But yeah, I'll be just risking like about 25 pips off of this sell, and then take it back down to that channel or something. But that's probably all I'm looking at for Euro GBP. I'm personally bearish on it, but it does look like a good pop as well. So we'll see how that plays out. Let me go ahead and go on over to Euro NZD. I'm not really caring for it, so I'm not even gonna go over it and look at it. Gold. Man, gold is on one right now, man. But from the swing trade, because like I mentioned to you guys on Sunday, I still feel the same way about gold right now. I still think it's going to go bullish. Right now, currently, we're up 309 pips on gold. If you haven't taken partials from this buy that I called, now would be a good time to do it. Daily time frame. Again, we cannot say that we cannot look and say that this is in a downtrend. On the 4 hour and the other time frames, yeah, sure, it could be considered a downtrend, but this right here is major uptrend. We have the bullish push up here from when price was consolidating here. I'm only using this move, and my stop loss is at break even. So if I get hit, then it is what it is. But we have this bullish move to the upside, retested the buy box, came right down to the 78.6, never came back again. It almost did, but it never did. It gave us another entry, which is why I'm like, okay, let's take it at the 71% right here, and we're in profits right now. I still think that this is going to go bullish, especially with all the consolidation that gold has been doing on the daily. I still think this can go bullish. Arbitrage. Let's take a look at what arbitrage got. So 15-minute called for the buy just 15 minutes ago. 1 hour time frame, I'm pretty sure it's setting up for a buy. I think. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. Let me get rid of this because I had gotten into this sell yesterday, but it didn't. It's like I said, stop loss got hit at break even, but we were able to get some money off of it. 1 hour time frame called for the buy. I don't like how that looks though, personally. Oh yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. I love seeing all blue right there. And 4 hour breakout retest. This is what even more gave me the idea of trying to get into the buy. I'm like, okay, bro, this is already called for a buy retest. Keep pushing to the upside, and then daily time frame. Oh, if candle's about to close in an hour, guys. So if you weren't already in the swing, and this is why I always say I was nice before RB, but RB is still this is the GOAT. This is the best indicator in my edge that I've ever had. But yeah, so this is still going bullish. If this daily candle gets called, this could be a potential other entry, secondary entry. So as in, if you've already taken partials off of this move, you'd want to have the same lot size as what you're currently running with the partials, rather than having, like, let's just say for instance, you were trading this with a 0.10 and you've taken partials of like 0.2, so now it's a 0.08 running, or a 0.02, and now it's a 0.08 that's running. With this secondary entry, you'd want to put a 0.08 rather than a 0.10, and then you'd want your stop loss to be at your previous entry. So, or just wait for the arbitrager to call for an exit. Simple as that. But yeah, that's what I have for gold and S&P and US 30. I'm already in these cells. I'm already in these cells, but I had messed up and I didn't fib all the way up here. I think I fibbed like right here or something, and the 90% ended up getting hit, which, if you that's conservative stop loss for people. I'm not conservative. I'm a risky trader. My stop loss would have been my stop loss is up here, because this was what the previous fib was, to be honest. It was this. And you see how the 90 got hit? That would have been other people's stop loss. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. That is what I gave. So you're gonna have to hold that L. But I'm still holding this, because when you draw it from this high to this low, even if you want to do it right there, boom, this is still very much valid. I have an entry up here on US 30, not on S&P. But yeah, this is, and I still think this is gonna, although if the US dollar does go down, then this probably is gonna go up, which is how it usually goes. But still, based off of what I'm seeing, this is dropping down territory. Same thing with the Dow Jones, nothing really, or US 30, whatever you want to call it. Same thing, different toilet. At the 61.8 right now, like I said, I have my entry from right here and right here. So this is still tanking season for me. So that is my analysis on those pairs. I will talk about Bitcoin real quick, because I didn't even look at Bitcoin. Ripple, keep buying it, man. It's 23 cents. And I'm just gonna say this one more time, because I've said it in my past videos countless times. Actually, I can't even tell you how many times I said it. But for you, let's say that if you want to buy Bitcoin right now, it's at $14,000. If you were to say that, oh, I want to buy Bitcoin when it was down over here, absolutely, I would say that you should take it, because right now you would have probably doubled your money with whatever you invested when price was down here. Absolutely, you would have been doubled your money. But look, if you buy Bitcoin right here, right now, and for you to double or triple, for you to double your money, this has to go to $28,000. And for you to triple your money, this has to go to um, 39,000 or something along those lines. I forgot what the number is. I'll have a calculator, but I'm not gonna look at it. That's what I'm saying. That if you want to invest, don't invest in Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin, as much as this is going to hit the moon, it is going to hit the moon. If you didn't invest when it was back down at 5,000 or 4,000, then hey, I'm sorry, you missed the opportunity. But this is going to definitely reach past $20,000. Let me go on the weekly real quick. It's already past the highs of last year. That's beautiful to see. People were talking mad shit to me. People were talking mad shit to me, saying that, oh, Bitcoin isn't going to do anything. It's going to die. But yet, look, $14,000. Let's look at the percentage gain from down here to up here. 210% gain. So with that being said, this is still gonna go higher. Although I did say this at one point in time, I'm like, this is kind of, I don't know, this is kind of weird. Came to the 61.8. It could come back. It could come up to the 71 or 78.6 at 16,000. Then end up coming back down to 3,200 before really popping. So that's something that I always like to talk about in the back of my head. But as for right now, I'm not trying to get into Bitcoin buys or anything like that. I'm not trying to even buy it on a wallet or anything. I'm looking at Ripple, because this thing is 23 cents. Look, it hasn't even made any moves. And people will be like, oh, it's because Ripple's dead, yada, yada, this, that, and the third. No, it's not, bro. Because look, if it came up here at $3.25 when Bitcoin came to $20,000, who's to say that it's not going to happen again? So, I'm still holding my Ripple coins. I'm still adding more money to it. I'm just saying that personally I would, yeah. Because look, it came back down to this bearish zone right here, which is at the 71%. I'm low key trying to buy this. The only reason why I had it like this because I'm like, okay, if price ends up buying, the only way I'm gonna buy is if it breaks, retest, goes to the upside. It never did that. It came even lower than what I wanted, which I'm like, yes, absolutely, that's love. So I'm probably gonna end up buying this Ripple both on my trading or on my MetaTrader 4 and also on like just buying it the physical coin and then having it in my wallet. So that's about it for Ripple. Don't really see any other move to it. I mean, if you want, you can put your this would have been nice. Cause look, as per usual, when the 78.6 usually gets hit, it gets respected and never tries to get back there again. So I'll take my buy block right here. Ripple looks sexy for the buy rather than Bitcoin because just imagine if all the volatility that Bitcoin just had ends up going because most of that volatility happened because PayPal is accepting Bitcoin payments now. Imagine if PayPal says that, oh, we're going to add Ripple or Ethereum or Litecoin payments as well. These are all going to go bullish. This is why you have to be innovative. I'm not really into stocks. I'm more into crypto when it comes into having a separate investment. So Ripple looks like it's a solid place for you to actually buy some more physical and also buy it in your MT4 or wherever you're trading your whatever you're trading your margin trading at. So that's all I have for today. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. If you did get some, if you no, if you get some value from me, period, please leave a like, leave a subscribe. I appreciate it. And hey, let's just make some more money out here because it's been a wonderful week already. In my personal account, I'm up 6% for the week, and I just want to keep going with that. So that's all I have to say, guys. Laters. Oh, that awkward moment when you say later and it's still recording. Later, guys.